Hi, my name is Michelle Hashing. I'm from Regina, Saskatchewan, originally from Bathurst, New Brunswick, and I'm going to make my Luscious lemon trifle for you. It's a spin-off from my husband's favorite, which is lemon meringue pie, and trifle was one of the dishes I grew up having all the time as a child. So I'm going to start with a homemade pound cake. All of these recipes, the lemon pudding, the pound cake, I will put on the website, and but I made them ahead of time because I'm that kind of girl. I don't do anything from a box. It's all from scratch. So I'm going to assemble the trifle now with the pound cake first. So I've just cut it up into about 1.5 inch size cubes. So it has lots of texture. It's very dense, very moist, and it'll really soak up the pudding quite nicely. And I'm doing it in my punch bowl, which is multi-purpose because I can use it for trifle, or a great salad, or a chip and dip bowl. Possibilities are endless. So I'm going to do my layer of cake. A little more here just so it's nice and full. You can break pieces up if you have to. You just want to kind of create equal layers, and I like things to be very, very balanced. I'm a little OCD that way. Next thing we have to do is add the raspberries. So these have all been washed and strained, and it's just going to be a light layer. They're going to be the accompaniment to the lemon pudding. I like to think that lemons and berries are a good combination. So let's finish that off, spread that out a little bit. Now we're going to add the lemon pudding. And again, this is also homemade, and the recipe for it will be available on the website for women of Philly. And if I do say so, it's quite yummy. Definitely doesn't look like lemon pudding you buy in a store. It's very pale in comparison to the yellow, I'm assuming, coloring they put in that stuff, which isn't good for you, so we're not going to do that. So, it smells lovely. I know you can't smell it. But, on to the next layer. I'm just going to put these dishes to the side. So now I'm going to put a tiny bit more cake, not a lot, just a little bit, more or less crumbled. Because once it soaks the pudding up, it's going to taste heavenly. Plus it gives me a good base to add the blackberries to. Okay, so it's starting to take shape. And the layers start to have some really nice color in them. So what I'm going to do now is add a very thin layer of the brown sugar, the caramelized slivered almonds that I did earlier in the frying pan. And just to give it some crunch and a bit of that kind of crunchy sweet taste and texture to it. I think I might have done approximately a cup or so of slivered almonds. So now we're going to do blackberries. So lots of texture in this, lots of color, which I think is important. I think if you're going to do something, you need to do it right. And it should have lots of appeal when you're taking it to somebody for company or you're putting it on the table. I like to think that I take pride in the way I present things, and hopefully you'll enjoy it when it's done. So, that looks awesome. We're just going to add now the whipped cream, which is, I guess, the pièce de résistance in this recipe because it is Nutri-Whip, just again, like I said earlier, the 2-cup package of Nutri-Whip with an entire package of the light cream cheese. It's quite thick and rich, as you can see here. So, get this all on here. And I'll have to clean up my bowl a little because it looks a little messy. You heard me say earlier.
I'm sure you have some help cleaning out your bowl later.
Yes, my husband and one of our good friends are in the basement watching the hockey game. And they are awaiting this dessert. So I'm sure they will be devoured quite quickly. So I'm just going to spread it around. So I'm not all about perfection when it comes to icing whipped cream. Never have been. I'm just about it being homemade. So there, that's all done. Just going to grab my paper towel here and very quickly wipe the edges off of my punch bowl. We're going to garnish. And so to garnish, I went out earlier, as you remember, and I picked some Johnny Pop-Ups. And so we're going to put some mint, some nice sprigs of fresh mint on the top, and a slice or two of lemon. I'm just going to rest the Johnny Pop-Ups here for color. Add a little more mint. Just a few leaves here now. You want to keep, say, 4 or 5 of the raspberries and blackberries aside to add to the top as you're garnishing. When you add them to the leaves with the mint and the lemon, they just kind of accent really well, and they're pretty, and it's a lot of color. So I'm just placing these where I want them to be. And again, I have lots of mint. So I'm going to add another mint leaf and just kind of create my own little presentation. Finish adding some more of my little Johnny Pop-Ups, and I'm just going to cluster those kind of in where the berries would be, and they'll kind of look like they're just growing out of the plant when they're done. They stayed nice and fresh in the cold water. And they're clean. And like I said, you don't have to eat them, but they are edible. My mother put nasturtiums on my wedding cake when my husband and I were married 15 years ago, and they looked very pretty. So I think if you can use things from the outdoors, that's always a really nice touch. There, I think that looks great. Now what I'm going to do is add a little bit more of these candied almonds that we created earlier, and we toasted up, and just to give it a little bit of kind of an earthy tone, I guess, to go with the leaves and the berries, and just kind of sprinkle that around. So I think that's good. Now, I tend to be, like I said, all about presentation. So, because I have this lovely bowl, I'm just going to put the mint down here for flavor. It smells nice, the aroma's great in the room. And I'm just going to have this kind of just hang it out here. You can always package it up later if you need to, or freeze dry it for cooking. So we're going to do that, and then I've sliced up some lemons. And I'm just going to kind of place these. Obviously taste is key, but I'm very big on presentation, and I will not put anything out, serve it to friends and family if it doesn't look pretty as well as taste great. So there you have it, my luscious lemon trifle. I hope you enjoy it.